All right, guys. So Unit 1, Section 3, we're now getting into numbers, and who doesn't like numbers? We're going to start with scientific notation here. You've all seen this. Scientific notation is merely using factors of 10 to get a number. We utilize scientific notation for very large or small. So very large / small numbers. All right, so that's what we're doing here. So we're going to use factors of 10. Factors of 10 are super easy to use. 10 to the first is 10. 10 to the second is 100. All you're doing is adding zeros. You're like, Mr. Mack, what about negative exponents? Well, 10 to the negative 1 is just 1 divided by 10. 10 to the negative 2 is just 1 divided by 10 to the second, or 100. Okay? You can use your calculator, and so we're going to go over it right now. So here, I have the speed of light. Light moves super duper fast. 3.00 times 10 to the 8th meters per second. I'm going to write this value in standard notation. All right. So we have 3. So what I need to do is I start with 3, and I have to move this decimal place over 8 times. So we're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it looks like that. And so you could see the speed of light written in standard notation. It's a big number, man. Like, we don't want to deal with something like that, so we can deal with this. This right here, 9.11 times 10 to the negative 31st, that's the mass of an electron. Electron's super duper small. And so this one will be more, the point will be driven home a little bit more, all right? Because it's a negative exponent, I have to take this decimal and I have to move it to the left, all right? So what we get, I'm going to write it here, is we get 0.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. And I don't have enough space. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Let's see. 30. 31, there we go. So you can see that scientific notation is it's like a better alternative than standard notation for writing this really small number. So we're going to keep it that way. We're going to use scientific notation. As we jump down here, we're going to do some arithmetic. And as you can see right here, I said when we're multiplying things, we add exponents. When we're dividing things, we subtract it. More is important when you're doing subtraction. So here, this first one. There we go. Number 1. I'll alternate between blue and red so you'll be able to see. So 3 times 10 to the 4th times, there's our little multiplication, so 2 times 10 to the 3rd. Well, 3 times 2, that's 6, so that wasn't so bad. And then 4 plus 3, that's 7. So this becomes 6 times 10 to the 7th. And that makes sense because this is 30,000 times 2,000. So we get 600,000, or sorry, 7. We get this number, all right? If I move down here and do this division, 8 divided by 4, well, that's 2. That one's so bad. Times 10. And what's 6 minus 3? Well, that's 3. So we get something that looks like this, all right? So not too bad there. Then as we jump down here to number 3, this one's going to be a little harder, okay? 5 times 3 is 15. Times 10, 5 plus 5, that's 10. But this guy right here is not between 0 and 9, or it's not less than 10. And so we have to take that into account. We can't leave it at 15. So we're going to do 1.5. And that's like 1.5 times 10. We move the decimal place 1 spot. So we get actually 1.5 times 10 to the 11th. That's how we handle numbers like this. We'll keep going. Here's number 4. All right. 4 times 2 gives us 8. That wasn't so bad. And then negative 4 plus 5, that's just 10 to the 1st. Because negative 4 plus 5 is negative 1. So we get that. Here, number 5. What's 9 divided by 3? Well, that's 3. Now we're going to have to remember how to do this. -6 minus -10. So what do we get here? Well, that's 10 to the positive 4. Okay, so we have those numbers down. And lastly here, what's 3 divided by 5? That's 0.6. 0.6 times what's -4 minus 6 minus -6? It's positive 2. But this number needs to be above 1. Okay, so it's going to be 6. And like here, I moved the decimal place to the left 1 spot, so I had to add a number here. Here, I'm going to move it to the right 1 spot, so I have to subtract a number here. So I get this. So those are how we do multiplication and division with scientific notation. We will do a lot of practice with that.